Now, I know I said in my last video that it was my final draft, but I told a bit of a lie. It's not. I've made a couple of changes, and I'm going to talk you through them in this video. Now, I'll admit, on the most part, the changes aren't like dramatic. They're just kind of like, I see them as the finishing touches to a finalised team. So in goal, sticking with Sanchez. I like the Chelsea fixture. I think with the signing of Hato, however you pronounce it, I think it's a perfectly decent replacement for Cole. But I just think they've got the personnel in the defence. And with the quality of the fixtures, there should be some clean sheets on the cards. So I'm going to stick with Sanchez. Van Dijk. He's probably right now, looking at this team, the one that I'm a little bit doubtful of. I can't believe I'm saying this about Van Dijk, but it's whether I go for Gabriel's, whether I go for Guardiola, whether I drop entirely to like a 5.5 like Murillo and Tarkowski and really chase those defensive contribution points. Did a little bit up into the air, I think, is who I pick in this spot. Williams is pretty much nailed on now. He's been in pretty much all of my drafts. I don't think I'm going to change him. And then we've got Joachim Andersen and Chris Richards. And the reason I'm picking these two is defensive contribution points. Now, I could go for some attacking defenders. I had Juve in there previously from West Ham, who I think will do decently. But I think I was kind of getting sort of turned on by the game week 1 fixture against Sunderland. But then long term, do I really back West Ham to keep that many clean sheets? Probably not. Whereas Fulham, they didn't keep that many clean sheets last season, but their expected goals conceded data was actually really good. And if you look at this defensive contribution data, courtesy of FPL Tom Hadley, I will leave a link to his X account in the description. He's absolutely brilliant. Anderson got the C bit, the clearances, blocks, interceptions, tackles. He got 9.5 per game, and I think it's 10 is the cutoff to get the 2 points for a defender. So he basically averaged it every game, but he got the 10 plus points in 44.8% of games. So he's going to hopefully score 4 or more points in around 44.8% of games. Chris Richards, he got 9.1 per game and 38.1%. I do have a little bit of a concerning season on my bench. I do have a little bit of concern about Palace because it looks like Gayhe's off to Liverpool. What does that mean for the Palace defence going forward? I'm sure they'll have a replacement lined up though. If they didn't already sign one, they may have already signed one. But still, I think Palace are going to be okay even without Gayhe. I trust in their processes that they'll replace him sufficiently. And yeah, we're going for a Steve of Burnley. 30 clean sheets in the Championship last season. I know they've changed goalkeepers. Hopefully it's going to be Dubravka who's in my team at 4 million. I just think they're going to be the best of the promoted teams defensively, and he's going to do okay for defensive contribution points. And I'm sticking with Mark Gu. It looks like, well, with Sunderland pulling out of the race for Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who I believe has signed for Leeds today, that suggests to me that Mark Gu's going to get some good minutes this season. So I'm hoping he does, because I think if he does, this team is looking fairly set for a game week 2 bench boost, I would say. Reasonable fixtures for most of my players. And yeah, all of my bench are going to play. So yeah, goalkeepers and defence, that's what things, well, hopefully the final team selection is looking like. Just wanted to quickly say that all of the expected points data you see here under the players is courtesy of Fantasy Football Hub. And at the end of the video, you'll see the team's AI rating. If you want to input your team, get its expected points data, you can do so using the top link in my description. And if you like what you see with Fantasy Football Hub and want to sign up for yourself, 50% off, and you get your money back if you don't win your mini league. That's the second link in the description below. So yeah, stick around to the end of the video to see what AI rating my team gets. So my midfield remains pretty much the same as it was, but I have made one change. I was pretty hard set on Ismaila Sarr in the last draft, and I still really like him as an option. But seeing the business that Everton have done in the last couple of days, or over the transfer window, getting Dewsbury Hall in and signing Jack Grealish, I think it really improves them from an attacking point of view. And I don't think that will take away from Njai taking penalties. What I'm trying to say is, I think Njai is probably now the best 6 million or 6.5 million midfielder. And I'm not going to plagiarise this. This is the FPL Fran midfielder cheat sheet. He tweeted it earlier today. By the way, the cheat sheet video series that FPL Fran does is quite possibly the best just one-stop shop for picking players in FPL. So definitely check out his channel. I'll leave a link to both of his YouTube channel and his Twitter account, and this tweet in the description, so you can see it for yourself and follow him on Twitter. You can see each midfield price point is categorized, and then the top midfielder is highlighted. And in Njai, yes, he didn't have the best attacking stats last season compared to others. 0.33 goals and assists per 90. Sarr was 0.46, so slightly better. But he actually did okay for, you know, the clearances, block recoveries and tackles. He was nearly at the cutoff. He got 11.07 last season, which if you look at some of the other midfielders, is Fernandez there? Yeah, Fernandez got 11.73. So somehow Njai did really well for those defensive contributions. Not entirely sure if that's going to happen this season, to be fair, because he'll probably be playing a different position with those new signings. I also question, I definitely think he's going to start for Everton. I don't think there's any you know, doubt about that. I think the question remains, where does he play? Could he play up front? I have a feeling he might. And he's probably still going to take penalties as well. So anyway, the midfield stays basically the same as it was, but I've gone for Njai over Ismaila Sarr. Salah, Palmer, Fernandez and Anderson. Fernandez, I think he's going to do fine for attacking returns and do good for DEFCONs as well. As you can see, he was basically one of the top midfielders for DEFCONs. Elliot Anderson is just a DEFCON monster. And I think he's going to get better than last season. He got, I think, 6 attacking returns last season. I think that's going to improve. And Palmer and Salah, I think, are amongst the 2 best players in the game. So yeah, that's my midfield. Up front, there's no changes, so I'm not going to spend too long talking about it. Watkins and João Pedro. I've not changed my mind on João Pedro. I don't think he's going to leave my team, to be honest. I think, you know, you got the starting Chelsea striker for 7.5 million. Do I think he's going to play every minute of every game? Probably not. Do I think he's going to take penalties? Obviously not. But I think still, 7.5 million, the kind of form he's been in the Club World Cup and pre-season, I think he's going to get guaranteed 2 or 3 starts this season, I would say. And then it's kind of up to him to keep his form. And that's enough for me. I think he's going to score some goals in the fixtures that he's got. Also had a point as well. I just think the Chelsea fixtures they're too good to ignore in my mind. The only thing that worries me about João Pedro is what I'm going to say. There are potential price drops. Potential drops for Gu as well. And potential drops for João Pedro. You know, if you find that João Pedro is starting to get left out of the team, people are going to sell him and his price is going to drop. So I've just got to be cognizant of that. Watkins, seen a few drop off him, but for me, he's just so solid. He's going to play every game, likely, you know, really good minutes. And I think he just guarantees you like 15 to 20 goals a season. So yeah, that's my 2 up front. Scores on the doors then. This team actually does better than the previous one in terms of expected points. 67.4 expected points and a 96% AI rating. I think I was 3 or 4 points below that last time out. And I was on a 94% or 95 AI rating. So the rating's gone up. Expected points have gone up. Yeah, this might be fairly template, but I've got to say, I think I'm pretty happy with this team now. I think something drastic will have to happen for me to change it. I'd like to say I think I was fairly open with the players that could have been changed in the last draft. I said Sarr, the 4.5 million midfielders and defenders, and Virgil van Dijk were potentially going to be moved. I've moved 2 of those 3, and I think I'm settled now. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think of this team. All right, well, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it and found it useful. Like I said, let me know what you think of the teams of my team in the comments below. Leave a like rating if you enjoyed the video, and if you haven't already, I'd really appreciate it if you can subscribe to the Golden Goal channel, which should be just here on your screen. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.